All right. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. I'm your host, Paul Gaither. This is NCAA 2014. I was about to say 2004, which is a game I do have. So, welcome my audience. I've got Denny, and he says, let's go. And then we've got another one that says, hello, all my friends, and it says, Hazel Wolf, let's go. So glad to have everyone here, including those watching back at a later date. The goal of today's video is to work on the offensive playbook. I hope to make this as exciting as possible, going in step by step. I took some time watching the Boise State Broncos playing against the Fresno State Bulldogs in the real 2013 game. Took notes in my journal, took notes reading articles about the offense of the Boise State Broncos. And I'm going to tell you, at least in a lot of cases, they end up playing like a heavy pistol formation, heavy shotgun. There's a lot of just basic handoffs, the occasional read option or something of that matter, especially something that I've been working with in my Madden 2025, which is Madden 14 video, is situations where the quarterback is running from inside the 5-yard line, and you gotta say, incorporating the quarterback as that 11th player, that true 11th player as a running threat, makes a difference. And I said it before, and I didn't even plan on it at the time, but you don't need to have 80-plus speed when you've only got to get 4 yards. You just got to get enough speed, and you just got to play 11-on-11 football, true 11-on-11 football, whenever the quarterback is that 11th man. It really messes with the defensive box count. It really makes them make that tackle. Oh, so it's Michael? Oh, there it is. I don't know what I was tripping. I don't know why I didn't read that properly the first time. Michael, you deserve a lot better from me than I gave. It's great to have you. For some reason, my brain just did not register. I don't know what's going on with me. But yeah, what's up? Michael and Denny here live. So let's take a look at add and remove formations. So it says ace. Empty is not here. Flexbone not here. Goal line offense. Hail Mary. Don't care. I formation. We have some variations of I formation. Maryland pistol. Okay, there's a tiny bit of pistol. There's a little slot pistol action over here. I saw a lot of pistol by Boise State in the game. The power I, not so much. I saw a lot of like gun. And again, the basic idea here between the pistol and the gun is where the running back is set up. The running back is in the traditional I formation like position, like the depth or the single back position, but the quarterback is kind of like halfway between shotgun and all of that. Like that's the most generic, easy way of saying it. And there were other times where the quarterback was a little further back, like the traditional gun, with a back on either side of him. So we're not going to go in and bore you with like detailed trying to copy space for space. And here's the other trick, y'all. The Peterson offense that he runs, he's not like varied, like he has like so many variations, but he likes to change it up based on the opponents that he sees. And just like traditional offense in football, like plays are plays, man. Scissors is scissors. Dagger is dagger, right? Spider 2Y banana is Spider 2Y banana, or Y2 banana, whatever. It's Spider Y2 banana, right? It's the play is the play. A screen is a screen. However you line up, so he can just package in, like, here's the code word, here are the plays that we're going to run, and that's what's happening. So we're going to primarily focus on the plays that are already in the book, and a big deal for us is to remove trash plays. Plays we know are just a waste of our time, and add plays that perhaps we are missing. All right. Checking out the chat, says you're fine, I've been playing all of that, and my favorite saying, Salmon got something special for you, let's go. I love running pistol ace offense, says Denny, running strong power and counter. Yeah, and you know what, Denny, just to pile on that idea, is we've talked about the situation with Jay Ajayi and his 77 running back vision, ball carrier vision. You know, it's sub 80. It's not that good. I mean, it's not the worst. We've seen 60 ball carrier visions and all that. But, you know, when you go in power and you're going counter, you don't need a lot of vision. You just need to hit the whole number, and it's up to the linemen to get their job done. And that's a big difference out here with what we're doing. So at the moment, to keep things alive, to keep things moving along, the main goal is, instead of going through every single formation of every single back line, let's just work with what's in the book. It's in the book. We'll take a look. We'll add the plays now. Let's go. So we can go to the bottom of the top. I always like going bottom to the top. For whatever reason, when I'm going through the playbooks, I think when we go top to bottom, just in my mind, it feels like an endless line. Like, when are we going to get to the end? When are we getting to the end? But when I go from the bottom to the top, it's like, we're just getting there. Like, you can see it, and as the letters start creeping up there, you're just like, you're getting to a spot that you're happy with. So, not a fan of a lot of zone here with JAJA, but that doesn't mean that we don't have an 80-plus ball carrier vision running back on the depth chart, because we do. And JAJA, they were saying, was a sophomore. Now, I want to see if he's actually a sophomore in this game, or if he's misassigned or the person misspoke. But if he's a sophomore and it's just his sophomore year, he can get into that 80s and above, and maybe we can start trusting him with some zone carries. And with that, I see a lot more fantastic comments. It says, if you know what game that saying is from, I'll be impressed. Sandman's got something special for you. I don't play too many video games, but if I had to take a blind guess, I would say that's kind of a Duke Nukem reference. But I'm probably way off base because I never played those games. I just know he had like a lot of sayings. He had like a lot of expressions, as opposed to Doom Guy that doesn't talk at all. So let me know if my blind guess was an intelligent one. We've talked about auto motions before, and I'm not going to waste the time, and I am going to respect the intelligence and consistency of my viewer base. You know what I'm looking for, and you know what plays I'm unimpressed with. And as you can see, I like having a multi-option. I like it when there's a curl flat as one play, but not mirrored routes, so we can give that a shot. I don't like how these routes are just like, if they're in man coverage, your play is dead. A good wide receiver screen is there. Now, here's the thing I do want to try, and I do like from back in the day playing like Madden 10, Madden 11, was this auto motion handoff. The wide receiver quick. Okay, and this was a play you see commonly in football, and I want to say I saw it in the game where you fake it, it's not really necessarily a trick play, but you can do it, you can fake it, you can play action it. So it's something I definitely want to work on. Again, the mirrored route's not a fan of. I like this play concept on the left hash mark, running back out to the right. Looks like we're slanting in, and then we're just whipping it back out for a quick shot to X. You've got that corner route. See, this route by Y. We throw lots of corners to the Y receiver here. Not the Y button, not as in A button, which is the Y receiver in football terms. But this second tight end, we like to throw a lot of corners. And the fact that we have smash and many other concepts, it's nice to have a little double mover. It's nice to have a little high-low with RB and A button. It's nice to have a little crossing action with B and A. There's a lot of stuff here that I like about this play on paper as a user for human pass plays. And then it says, wow, there's a lot more comments, and I love it. It says it's from Blitz the League 2. Michael, I only played Blitz the League 1. I did not want to spoil Blitz the League 2. I have it here on my Xbox, haven't fired it up. I've thought about and saved having Blitz the League as 1 minute quarters, 2 minute quarters, whatever, and playing it for fun. Here's the thing, not to get too sidetracked. I'm not a fan as a human being, just as a person. I'm not a fan as a football player. I'm not a fan as a football coach of playing dirty. I understand the blood sport aspect, the grandma yelling, tear his head off, whenever they're watching football, and the big hits and all of that. But I've always been trained to be, and I'm from the old school of you can hit hard but hit clean. We don't hit late, we don't hit dirty, we don't try to injure the other team. It's still just a game. And we're not trying to injure to get the competitive advantage. Oh, your best guy is hurt. I want to beat your best guy. I want to compete against your best guy, not take him out and then play against your trash teams. And it's it's all about the win. You got to get the win. Shut the hell up. I think most of my audience is with me on the same page here. So I'm not Mr. Dirty Play. And the video game is all about the dirty play and the illegal stuff. So it's the very essence of my personality is against what Blitz the League is, but that doesn't mean I can't enjoy the cartoony nature of it. So part of the fun for me is, can we play, maybe that could be my challenge, how clean can we play Blitz the League, which is like against the antithesis of the game, but why not? How successful can we be by playing clean in the dirty league? That could be a fun series. Tell me in the chat what you think. So we continue here, and it says, you can see that, Michael, those games were a ton of fun. Again, fun, yes. Not my cup of tea in terms of dirty playness, but just fun, raw entertainment, first and 30, and the way the run game and the pass game is, just raw fun. Yes, they are. I loved the cutscenes and all that kind of stuff. You say, my name on Football Fusion on the jersey is Sandman. Nice. Imagine Paul plays it. Again, going to save number 2. I've literally kept myself from getting spoilers. I know what the plot number 1 is, but it can be a lot of fun. Let's say the replayability of number 1. While there's the core ideas, you can change who the veteran is and who the rookie is or whatever. There's a few things that we can change up. Denny says, games like Blitz and NBA Jam were my stress relievers when the real sim was frustrating. I totally get that. You know, you mentioned NBA Jam. You know what I had a lot of fun of? Just stupid fun when I was like in the 12-year-old range, I guess. I don't remember exactly. Somewhere around that 11, 12-year-old range, like preteen, but like still a bit older, was the demo disc to the PlayStation 1 Space Jam. Just cartoon video game nonsense. And the demo was so much fun. Not enough to play like a full-priced game. But man, I wore that demo disc out, okay? So just silly fun. This is a boring play. I do like the fact that there's an option, but just 3 verticals and a hook underneath. Incredibly boring, not a lot of options. This is a play that starts on the right hash. The running back escapes to the left. The circus route goes to the left. The wide receiver on the right-hand side goes to a post towards the field. The plays going to the sidelines are closer to the hash mark, meaning the tight end has the option, and the other tight end is going a little bit deeper there. So I definitely like that as a concept. The crosses can be a solid play. The release of the back in terms of blocking also kind of indicates we want to be on the left hash. The way that X is going up the sideline but not in any other direction means we kind of want to be the left hash, so that's fine. I like a speed option to the left. I'm not a big fan of double dragons. The video game Double Dragon's nice, but Double Dragon as a slant play, not my favorite. I like a little bit more versatility, and again, not mirrored routes. I need some opportunity, some options. Good old Power O. Play action, so we're wanting to run to the right, and all the routes are going to the left. You got me, bud. That's what I want. And then play action weak flood, as long as we also have the route where B can bend back to the sideline, just like X is doing right now, that could be an interesting variation. If the posts are taken away, they're probably all taken away. Now, the thing that I like is it's not a complete circus route. It looks like X is going to the post and back out with a double move. But again, it looks like this is a human-based play. Plus, we've practiced in other games before, seeing how in the time that it takes them to do the play action, we can't really hit certain parts of the route. So not a big fan of it. Here, we're faking to the left, but it also looks like we want to call this from the left side of the field, again, because the release of X and the route by B, we want to start on the left hash and we want to be able to hit it, but I'm fine with it, and here's the play I'm talking about. Let's go. So I believe this play, how we're play actioning the stretch run to B, and he's coming across the field. Then he's coming across the field, but then bending back out. I would argue that weak flood is the core play that we want. We want to hit stretch. If we hit stretch, we want to hit play action weak flood in, or whatever. Sorry, in, but weak flood. And then if we find success with weak flood, we want to find another situation later in the game where we can hit them with this play action flood. All right. And again, right hash mark, and the field is tight. I don't have a lot of confidence the video game is going to be able to complete this pass. Play action quick, or fake quick. So we talked about the quick, and we also want the regular handoff. And this is at least interesting because the 2 tight ends are stretching the vertical, and then you've got a crosser underneath. And then as you fake it, sometimes they actually ignore the person that you fake the ball to because he doesn't have the ball, and they actually go off of that player, and it's like a whole mess. thing I don't like about this play, I'm not sure if Y is going to have enough space with this wheel concept and if the delay wheel is any good. We want to be on the left hash. It's worth trying and not completely getting rid of. This is a stretch play that just turns into posts. So I'm interested in checking it out and see how it works, but I don't like how if it's in man coverage, those routes are dead. But maybe a deeper man coverage might be able to get gotten with B's route. We'll find out. The counter waggle, we're going to have to check it out and how the blocking is. Definitely a left hash mark play. This is another variation of that crosses, so I'm willing to look. In fact, with that play action crosses, I'm willing to bet that we're probably really happy with crosses first, and then weak flood, because now X is bending out instead of the crosses. And then we've got that multiple layer flood. We've got 3 layers of play action. And I think, because look what X is doing. And while it's not an identical route by B, I think you get the idea. Like, we've got some depth and opportunity to really attack them and not just be the same boring play. This is a play action front side counter. It looks like we're faking weak and then we're countering it to the strong side. And I do want that regular counter play. So right hash mark there is good. I want to see if boot screen functions or if they just tackle the running back and you get sacked immediately. On paper, this is a great play. This is something the 2018 Rams had great success with. I believe this is something that the Falcons, the 2016 Falcons, with Kyle Shanahan had success with. But in the video game, it's a little rough. This play does nothing. We're in the middle of the group, and I'm checking the chat again because you deserve it. So it says, Michael, I just enjoy the game only because the logic is while you can play it, they are unforgiving, and you also see how players play every week with new stuff. The logic is, while you can play it, they're unforgiving. And you can also see how players play every week with new stuff. I don't quite know what you mean by play every week with new stuff. I do like the fact that they have like the intros and like, look at this player and this guy's called Mighty Mouse or whatever. And like, there's like a storyline aspect to each game. I definitely enjoyed that. Once you get through the story, then it becomes stale. But that was interesting for sure. And then you say, anyway, I'm going to hop off, and I just wanted to say, hey, since you're one of my new favorites with a small following, hey, man, I appreciate it, Michael. If you're still here to hear me say this, or if you're watching it back, thank you so much. I appreciate the love, and I'm trying my best to give the best show to you. Denny says, double dragon. Those flats need to be wheel routes. That would be a versatile play, more than the flats offer. Exactly. I don't mind dragon as a concept. If you have dragon to the field and you have lion, like a lion-dragon play, that's a fine slant combination. Just don't give me mirrored routes. Motion, halfback swing. Again, auto motion, get out of here unless it's that specific reverse run. A classic misdirection can be nice. You've reached the maximum amount of plays for this play. It was not added. Okay, so we're going to have to start cutting plays. And this is a good, like, mesh is whatever. This is a zone I don't really like, but we can try to match it or however it works. That's the classic stretch play. Is there anything else to take out? There's the regular dive. There's a counter. There's a flanker cross. There's a curl flat. That's going to get a play out. That's a mirrored route. That gets us 2 plays out. We're only allowed 378 plays. So we're going to have to get to a point where we're cutting plays from our entire list. And again, we don't care. And then the misdirection we can mess with. Miami, look. This is interesting in a variety of ways. The X button receiver tells me I want to be on the right hash. The way B is running his route says he's going to the post, and it tells me if we're on the right hash, you kind of want him going to the post. So you can easily, air quote, trick the corner into thinking that that's a normal route and a logical route combination. But then he bends it back to the sidelines, and he might be able to make like a sideline catch. Or maybe even if you break it open, you're just ripping it down the sidelines. If the safety's in a position and the corner gets fooled and you whip out and you've just got physical space and you've got a playmaker with the ball in his hands going down the field, you can get something. It's an interesting play. Also, the running back leaking to the right is not very common whenever I'm in the right hash, for example, because he's just going to run to the flats and run out of football field. But he's curling underneath and he's not running out of football field, and instead it's A that's dragging across the field, which has the red flag for me. Like, here's waving a red flag. What's the problem, Paul? The problem is you've seen the animations where the quarterback does this weird wonky step and then throws off the back foot all the way across the field, which tells me this play should probably be flipped. That way the only play going to the left, if you're flipped, is just the running back in a little hitch and not running across the field. Potentially you've got B like deep down the field, but I usually don't see the quarterback doing that weird runaway animation unless it's like throwing medium and short passes. I don't see him doing the runaway throwaway pass going deep. This is definitely a left hash play, and we're already out of plays. So there's some things we want to try, there's things we want to practice, and maybe there's some formations that we want to can so that we can save space for more plays. So let's back out, go to add remove formations, and we've got ace, and you know what? Ace, big twins, I'm fine with. Bunch, I'm kind of bored with. Bunch spread, whatever. Jumbo Z, fine. Jumbo Z, no! Okay, yeah, I think I made a mistake there. Slot, whatever. Y trips. I don't really want to cut any of those plays. I hope I didn't lose like all the good plays from the other play. Wildcat. Get Wildcat out of here. I am sorry. I don't trust EA with the video game. And that will at least give us a few more plays to work with. So let's go back to add remove plays. And we're for big twins. We have all the plays, I'm assuming. The bunch spread. Jumbo Z, which one did I accidentally remove plays from? I'm assuming that all the plays came back and it was a mistake. So we'll find out. Okay, let's go back to where we were. No, this is gun. Where was the single back? Do I just have to go back here and back it out? Add remove plays. Yeah, that's fine. So we were... Where were we? We had classic misdirection. Miami, levels divide. That's what I wanted to add. We've got 8 more plays to mess with. Inside cross. I don't really like the conflicts here. Like, if they're in man, you're hoping the slow tight ends beat man coverage. Sorry, not really my thing. Toss strong, we know the toss plays are not good. The stretch plays are fine. That slip screen's boring. That's the same play repeated. Here's a weak side run. That's fine. Halfback pass, don't care. The auto motion, don't care. We already have the misdirection that goes to the right. Yes, it's the misdirection that goes to the right. The basic ass draw play, and then we've got dive. It might be a pump draw, but I doubt it's a pump draw because it doesn't say it in the name. There's the other counter. Flea flicker! No, I don't think that the plays are any good. That's an auto motion. Here is the fake quick halfback dive. Absolutely essential to the entire package. Here's a play. As I told you, we're attacking with Y to that front pylon. So this is definitely a play I want to have. That's what the little whip play is based around. An empty, get out of here. The sluggo, get out of here. The curl flats, double routes, get out of here. Do we want this flipped? It's not the worst if it's flipped, so the quarterback doesn't do his weird stuff. And we've got a double route here. So we're just messing with big, and that gives us enough to say, here, rename playbook. Rename the playbook. Boise, and then let's just do, not space. We can do space. Yeah, it's invalid because it's the name of the school. So why don't we just do, just the acronym, capital letters. We do BSU Broncos. Why don't we do that? And then we say here, and then we say left click save, quick save college playbook. And let's check out the comment section. Denny says, Miami, motion X to the other side. It creates a Mills look, but the post cuts back to the corner instead. I believe I know exactly what you're talking about. I know the play you're talking about with Miami. I think I'm already imagining it. And with the Mills look, I know what you mean. Yeah, that is definitely good here. And you were saying, again, the X to the other side. So, yeah, put X in the slot. You're saying now we're going like a trips. But if we're in left hash mark and then we're in trips, and it is that what we're doing? If he's inside, it kind of looks like a Mills with B running over the top of Mills. I'm worried about Y and X just running into the same spot. I do like the idea of creating your own twins, like going onto the left hash mark, creating your own twins look. I also like Denny about the fact that the running back looks like he's running to the field, which is where we usually are when we're in the left hash mark. And then he actually just stops and curls underneath, so I like the mind games of that. I'm still afraid of A and the computer just throwing it across the body like an idiot. So I'm still kind of thinking about flip it and then have the Z make the Mills look off the right hash mark. Is still something I'm thinking of. Meanwhile, Denny, you have three other comments. It says, however, the tight end running the short, it makes the X now, might be the conflict depending on the speed. We're thinking the same thing, bro. Let's go. Although it can act like a deep mesh sometimes. And then Denny says, I would consider hot routing. Yeah, and I see that. I see the reactions. Let's go. I would consider hot routing that second tight end and a go clear out to the free safety. I know we aren't hot routing, just thinking out loud. I'm not against hot routing, but I want to follow like classic football, like hot route rules, not like I like this or whatever. We want to have like the coach and the quarterback, and he's just like doing basic checks because it's a college kid. Not to disrespect the college kids, but they're not like highly detailed oriented NFL quarterbacks that are like 30-something years old. Like even Peyton Manning took time to learn Tom Moore's offense and all that stuff, and truly become even greater as a quarterback. And that's even Peyton Manning took time. He was running the offense to a degree, but even he took some time. So, love all of that. Saved all of that. Would you like to save the thing that you already saved? Yes, I would like to save the thing that I already saved. Let's go. Love the little heart comments, or not the heart comments, but the little marks. Absolutely love it. I see them occasionally, especially out of the corner of my eye. And let's go into the practice mode. I know we're not going to be able to practice what the computer would do, but we do have the ability, by the way, here, how about the Colorado Buffaloes? Didn't they already just get to 6 wins? They went from a 1-win team, they hired Deion Sanders, went to a 4-win team. Everyone's like, overrated. I'm not like that. I really like what he's doing in his organization. Some people are trying to be haters. I like what Primetime's doing. It doesn't mean I agree with everything he's doing. Some of it is, but, things that I'm not the biggest fan of. But Prime going to be Prime, and not who am I to judge a Hall of Famer, right, and one of the all-time greats. But he's already at 6 wins now. And I remember last year he says, I'm just a couple dogs away from, getting something really good going on here. And then let's just put ourselves with the Boise's and the States. And why don't we get the little letter F for Fresno? Fresno, by the way, is Ash. And so let's go here. A, B, C, D, E, F. It's like ash, and it's specifically like ash tree. So let's go here. And then playbooks. We have BSU Broncos. And defense 4-2-5. And let's go. So the main objective here for me is to look at the various runs that we have in this formation, see how the blocking and the schematics line up, because we've got a couple inside zones and we've got some different looks. We want to see how the auto motion with the wide receiver is on the regular wide receiver handoff, and the fake, and the play action. There are things that I want to check before we even consider going into other formations, before we even consider calling other plays. And sorry for the sake of repeating myself, but I'm also saying this for my own self to remind myself, is I'm just going to focus on the formations already in the playbook and not worry about adding or taking away. We're only going to start taking away if we're just unhappy with a formation. So, with that in mind, we should have a ton of plays here. Oh, here's our first check. Half-back draw. Ask coach and give us cover 4. Not even a real defense. Is this a pump draw? No, he just kind of hands it off and whatever. So they're in cover 4. We're dropping back to pass. We hand it off, and his awareness is whatever. And it's not really a play that you want to call for Jay Ajayi, but we can see, because he doesn't really know what he wants to do, if we don't have any inside presence in the run game there, then that's an issue. Right thumbstick, stop going crazy. It does that all the time in this game. The ball carrier version here was Damas. So Damas and Damas, and that's the big thing here. Is despite being the lower rated overall with the lower rated awareness, it's supposed to be the higher ball carrier vision. So let's back up. Not that I'm trying to get lost in a hole there, but it's right thumbstick. Spell the halfback, HB, and then the cover 4, whatever. And he'll take it up the middle, but again, they're in a soft defensive look. So now, let's go to the next step, and let's say big, halfback draw, formation, 3-4, something common. They'll do a cover 3, putting the safeties like that. And it's you know what, boys? Let's just get a regular old pass. Let's just throw it right to the... Never mind, gotcha. And we're going to pick up 4 or 5 yards in the middle. White 90, check ace, let's go. 1, 2, 3, set. Oops, actually, it's a run. And we're happy with that. So, with that in mind, that is a good call. And then what if we go back to Jay Ajayi? And we go to normal, and we say halfback draw, 3-4 odd, cover 3. White 90, check with me, let it roll, set, yeah. Jay Ajayi is yeah, I can run up the middle too, coach. It's just the blocking was really trash the previous time. Second play, set hit. And he's I've got to make a little movement. And yeah, he's doing a pretty good job. So the draw play works, especially if we have some regular drop back passing. I like it. We're not going to cut it. Next play in the list, just regular halfback dive. I know what the play is. We all know what the play is, but I want to see the animation, and I want to compare it to the play action pass animations. So how we open up directly, how we hand it off right up the middle. Let's check the instant replay so we have some consistency in our concepts. Very first thing, quarterback spins around, which is super unrealistic. He just, whoop, I can spin on grass. I don't even have to pick my feet up. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So stupid. Okay, and then he spins completely around. He stops here. It looks like he's whoop, stop with that left foot. And then slides even more and goes straight backwards. And then Ajayi does what? He does the back foot. And then he launches with that to go forward. Okay, so those are two things that we're thinking of, that we're looking at. Let's take a look at any play actions, not specifically the stretches. Slam is not what we're looking at or any of that. Obviously, we're not looking for roll or weak flood. Play action Y in. I don't know why. And that's already officially a no. Let's go. So apparently, number 34 is Moore's little brother, more the quarterback in NCAA, like what, NCAA 9, 10, 11, 12, Matt Moore's brother, right? They're Boise State's like officially greatest quarterback of all time. Boy, did they have a streak of great quarterbacks, right? I forget who they had in the 90s. I'm so sorry. But he was like their greatest quarterback. And then Dinwiddie came along and became their greatest quarterback. And then, Jared Zabransky took over and became like their second greatest quarterback and also really talented. And then Moore came out and literally became their greatest quarterback and one of the most efficient quarterbacks. Like Dinwiddie was one of the most efficient D1 quarterbacks, but he also played against weak teams or whatever. But efficiency, like pass completion and all that. But Moore just did like a lot more and like started breaking NCAA records and all of that. And they just had like incredible quarterback play. We're not talking NFL play, but great play. So we get back to the topic here. And we see the auto spin. That's fine. But he's not completely going backwards. And you're going to notice the other thing here. Instead of the step back, it's a jump to the side. So we're not officially faking the correct play here. So, do we even have that play that we're faking? And the answer most likely is no. The power, the zone weak. Like, if we said zone weak, but then actually flip the play, and then we do this, is it really the same play? No, not even close. It's a true zone animation. So, I don't feel we have the play that we're faking, and I didn't see it on the list for plays for us to fake it to, which is not the end of the world, but it is not what I'm looking for. Could it be this zone? No, the play's already like that. Okay, never mind. Could it be this zone weak? That's the other thing I want to check out. Obviously, in the flipped style. No, that's again not it. We might as well check these two plays for other purposes, and I just saw a comment pop up from my perspective, Denny. So as we hand this off, just to check it, it's called zone weak, but it's treated like an extra wide zone. If you consider, and I've talked about this in other videos, I'm not trying to bore you, the handoff point should be somewhere between the back and the quarterback, and should be off the guard's hip. And we're kind of close, but we're kind of outside. And so it's called, it's drawn up like an inside zone, but it's actually wider than outside zone. And then the side step is not considered a step. This is considered 1, 2. He hasn't even finished the second step. So there's like several problems here, just in terms of the design. And what are some of those problems? Well, one, if they're talking about inside zone, we're not zone stepping as an offensive line. We're inside zone stepping without inside zone handoff. So that's another problem. Like when he gets the ball like this, how are we putting our foot in the dirt and like cutting? Now, I get the fact that he doesn't need to, and 87 has got this block, and he can go outside and pick up yards. Not complaining about that. But this departure and everything just doesn't work for the core design. And to me, being a stickler for real football, I don't care that I picked up 5 yards. It just doesn't feel right. It literally doesn't look right. It doesn't feel like a play that I want to be running. And we compare that to the previous zone weak play here. Let's go back to by formation, call a cover 3. See the handoff point here. That just felt better, at least on the surface. And the way he shot through a gap felt better. So what's going on here? Side step, 1, 2, and now that third step. So he's not getting it on the third step. Usually one on the third step, 1, 2. But it felt smoother. Like all the steps felt smoother. And like running down the track, as they call it, he didn't have to bounce outside. He didn't have to plant the foot. And this is the other problem with the, we talk about the third step, just to get it out of my system, is 1, 2, third steps here. It's the fourth step that should be the plant step. Like that left leg digs in the ground. that lets you stabilize and go north and south if you needed to. This play is not looking to do that. But you can imagine, like, you're supposed to be getting the ball on the third step and making your decision by your third step that I was taught by Alex Gibbs, not personally, but from my reading, so that if the ball is being seated in your belly and you're making a decision here, see where his left foot is, that should be the right foot down. That gives you time for your next foot to be your plant or stab foot. Stab it in the ground and go north-south. Stay on your train track or get ready to bounce. That's your one-cut read. It still feels generally better than the other play, and I'm happy with it. Now, I promise I'm going to read your comments. And then you say, off stream. Okay, I'm going to look at the other comment. It says, I'm wondering if it's a speed parity slider issue with the choppy footwork. Like the running back freezing on the pitch in the last video. Why not try to sidetrack with your sliders, but maybe worth testing. But then you say, but with some plays look halfway correct, so maybe it's not a slider issue. It may just be the play coding, like you said. No, I'm sure it's the play coding, because the only emphasis there would be that slower players would be better. But then also my speed threshold means I'm tightening up the difference between the speeds. And we also saw that I want to say slower players were not any better or worse. Like, okay, I'm willing to look off stream with the outside plays, because if these 85 speed player guys were the ones getting the good run, and because they were slower and they were getting to a point at a slower speed, that was a reason for it. Like, is it worth taking a couple snaps with 85 speed? Sure. I'm not going to get distracted for an hour like last time. Let's just do that. Let's say play type, pitch, we're at 85 speed. We go the power toss. We go by formation. We call the buzz 3 deep. Come on. I thought I had it in the depth chart. We're saying here. Let's go with Fields. Let's go with Demas. Let's go back up. Let's go pitch. H power toss. Buzz, so they're like super far back. We're going to give to Fields not touch anything. Now he's just like cutting around because of the blocks and everything. It's not a good test. 2 more tests to go with him and then we're done. And he's not messing it up. Maybe it's just being 85 speed or whatever, and we should do one final test with him. Let's again do the pitch. Let's try some of the other pitches as well. Let's try this halfback toss. Odd under, cover 3. He froze right there, so that's already an answer. No. He froze again. So I think that's all the testing that we need to see. Is it's just like here, 85 speed, froze. So that's it. That's the end of the testing. I don't think we need to go any further than that, and it's just screwed. Right? So Fields with Ajayi. Demas is the backup with the 80-something running back awareness. And we can go check the comments again. And you say, but then some plays look halfway. Okay, that's the same comment. Okay, got it. I thought I saw something pop up. So we're back here to by formation. Ace, set, draw, we were fine with. Halfback dive, we saw. We're not going to looking at slam yet or anything else. We were looking at halfback zone, and I think we like this one a lot more than the other variation when I was predicting it would be the other way around. Here's zone weak that we're going to cut. This misdirection, did we see another misdirection? Would he accidentally have more than one in the book? No, we don't. Okay, that's good. So more run plays, that's cut. Let's try misdirection. Before misdirection, let's actually try the weak side run that the misdirection is supposed to be faking. So we also made a comment before I grabbed that play action YN doesn't actually match a play that we have. Mental note. That was a thing when we went on our side track, so I don't want to forget it. That's not a play action that we're looking for. Neither are any of these. These are not play actions. That's not a play action. The counter waggle's not a play action. We have play action deep in. So let's do that. Cover 3 buzz. And it's that same kind of play. Don't really care about the results, just throwing the ball away. So our play actions aren't really matching the actual plays that we have so far. Yeah, the regular hand the ball off inside are not matching. So that's also, like, to me, an orange flag. It's not the end of the world, but I'm not a fan of the fact that the halfback dive action doesn't match the play action. So if you see the running back jump to the side, you know immediately that it's a fake. And then it's like, as soon as the ball is snapped, you just like, fake! Play action! Or whatever. Like, you can, like, study film and just get that. It's, like, so ridiculous. But, whatever. Halfback slam. Does that look like the play that the counter and the misdirection are going to look like? And that is kind of an answer here. I think we've just kind of solved our own issue. We just have to flip it. So this is what the play action is supposed to be faking. The little side jump, okay? But flipped. So this is what those play actions want to look like. So now they can actually respect it. Okay, that's our answer. So for me, I think what needs to be removed is halfback dive, because we have no play actions based on that, but we do have play actions based on slam. So that tells us a lot of information right there. Power O stretch. Stretch should be the easiest thing in the world to get done, but let's get the little checkbox checked. They open up incredibly wide, and he's just literally stretching. Now, I don't know if some of the other variations have a little bit better animations or double teams or whatever. Like, watch how 87... Watch how he's like, I'm doing a normal animation, and this is a normal animation, and whoop! And then we get, like, all super fucked, and it's like, oh, yeah, how do you as a human even try to read that? How does the video game, like, yes, we are doing this, and then whoop, we're instantly like this with a different helmet look? That's so ridiculous. I don't know if we can cut stretch and then switch it to another play, or it's just a coincidence. Yeah, God, that's awful. I want to cut it just for that purpose and see if other variations are there. You see that? Like, oh, I'm going to read 87, and he's going to just whoop like that. That's so stupid looking. Whoop. I hate it. Hates it, my precious. Hates it. We hates it. Okay. So, power O. That's a much better stretch look, too. And while they're not keying a guard, I definitely like that outside look. And we don't have as big of problems as we had before. By the way, tell me how my impression was. Was it terrible? Was it pretty good? On a scale of 1 to, I thought it was Andy Serkis. Let me know how it was. I think it got a little bit better there at the end. I would kind of be tempted to make Power O my regular stretch, and just, are they going to key if I have a pooler or not, would be interesting. The zone weak we wanted to keep. I really like power option, speed option. I know they just go in 2 different directions, and it's worth checking to see if there's an animation issue there or not. We want to try the wide receiver quicks and all of that. Let's check the animation on regular halfback counter and see if it fakes. Yeah, I think what it's faking also is closer to like the slam rather than the dive. Yeah, he's doing the sidestep like the dive. I think that's a very good animation that we like. Solid 9. Appreciate it. Okay, yep, no more testing. It's just an EA feature. Sorry, yeah. No, not trying to bore you in the audience with it. I got lost in the weeds there, but I wanted to see if I could solve it. Because my God, Denny, if we could have solved it, imagine the fun we could have had with legitimate pitch plays. if we had solved it. Imagine what we would have done for the community if we had actually been able to like break it down and found a solution and posted it online and like, oh my god, guys, 10 years in the making, 11 years in the making, and look what we just figured out how to solve it. And everyone would be like, no fucking way. Oh my god, that's the answer the whole time, is the kick return rating? What the fuck? But no, it wasn't. And I love this one. This one's also just all kinds of solid. I didn't love the fumble, but I likes it. So you got the pulling version, and then we're going to check the misdirection version. Just good old powery plays, right? I don't remember checking the core misdirection. Let's see how that one plays out. I mean, we just got tackled for a loss, but what was the animation like? How smooth was it? This misdirection looks like it's trying to fake the play that I was going to cut. I still think I'm going to cut it because we don't have a play action version of it. But this looks like it's trying to fake halfback dive. And it looks like it's trying to take halfback dive and change it from a dive up the middle to a handoff towards the edge. Like it's trying to fake, we're going inside, and actually, gotcha, bitch, we're going outside. I still don't like the fact that we don't have a play action based on it, but that double team, the animation, and the handoff style, and you know the other thing I don't like, he's opening to the left instead of the right. But is that any different meaningfully than just flipping the other version, right? Let's just go in. Let's go in here. Let's go misdirection. From misdirection with cover 3, do we just open to the right like the regular inside run, and then oops, gotcha, we're running weak side, like, and then we get the ball in the end zone, let's go. Not even using the sprint button, just using the left thumbstick myself. I can let Jay Ajayi do it himself, but wow, was that like satisfying to sit there and like, okay, we're gonna open to the right, and we're gonna oops, gotcha, it's not the dive. We're taking it weak side, sucker. We're taking it weak side, sucker. Let's go. Let it roll, let it roll. Say it, hit. Not touching the controller. JJ, what do you got? Go. Oh, man, if 77 had made it this block, we would have sprung another one. What do you think? I don't like the fact that there isn't a play action for it, but I'm also willing to look to see if we can find a play action for it, because I was turning down other play actions. 77, you just ate shit, bro. What was that? I didn't know that they had sugar, honey, and iced tea for lunch, huh? Because you sure ate that shit. Bad. So I'm not 100% cutting dive if we just marry it to misdirection and make a note in our copybook that says flip it. And then everything else is good, so it looks like the number one play to cut so far is this little weak zone, and the rest look pretty nice. All these cutbacks and everything. Let's now check out wide receiver quick. Let's take a long time to do wide receiver quick. No, you get that joke, right? Okay, more. So we're going to open it up across the formation, and we're just letting him run it. We're just letting Matt Moore's brother run the football. And we're going to, as he goes across the formation, yeah, I don't really like opening to that side, so we're just going to keep it as it is. Wide receiver comes across, and then we hand it off to that side. Whether the blocking is good or it's a good decision is a whole other matter. We've got a double team, and really you should be able to read that. Maybe there's a ball carrier vision issue, but we're reading the defensive tackle, and you guys as an offensive line need to get off that block. Yeah, you're not getting off that block. You're getting 2 times you're getting the super lose animation. The defensive lineman is getting the super win animation, which is to say the knee down right here, the knee's like down and splitting. And since he's splitting, we're not getting to that second layer. And as a back, as a wide receiver, you're coming across the formation, and you know that you're getting it in the belly, and you see 85's number flare like that, and you just run behind it, and there's no space because your teammate isn't helping you out. Yeah, you're getting killed because they're winning that battle. So I wonder what the rating fight is here. There's 5+ yards. There the play works. We don't want to keep running it over and over again. But the success of this play is not based on like EA doing a good job in coding, and it's rather the success of your offensive line teammates. And whoa, what a thought. Your offensive line actually matters. Here you again have the opportunity. We could have actually kicked it out because with 85's helmet, it could have been potentially kicked to the sideline, but 31 released a little early. But we're just splitting, going. And this is even a natural movement to just try to belly under and get out there instead of running heads up. I like it. Don't need to spend more time on it, but I do want to spend time on the fakes and see if the fake is any good. So the quick dive fake. So the success of the normal play, either faking this, making them respect it, and if they're not respecting it, then hitting it, or the success of it, and then keeping the defense spread out and then hammering it inside, right? Yeah. I likes it. Double team, follow the double team, and just go north and south. And then the success of that can potentially cause them to pinch the line. If they want to come out in a bare front, and then we have an opportunity when they're in a bare front to go with the actual handoff. I don't like the fact that he's handing like it snapped late, but the motion itself is enough to keep them honest. And you do it. All right. The comment time says, I think half of all coin flips run through the toughness and punt accuracy ratings. If only your blockers could block, your runners would run. That's why you're paying me the big money, Denny, to have the incredibly deep insight, right? You know, if the good plays were good, then they would be good, and all those bad plays, if the bad plays were also good, then they wouldn't be so bad, right? So, you know, if it weren't, you can see why you're subscribed to my channel, because you're getting those insights you're just not going to get from anywhere else, you know? So then we've got, where is the play action version of that? I don't like how they're like in a weird order. Here it is, play action, fake, the quick. And again, we can't truly judge those until we get the computer version. But you can see, and I know you understand this, X is definitely the primary receiver because Y and A are the clear outs. Though there is an alert down the field to A because of the way the safeties are aligned. So we come across the formation here, and then we fake it, and then we peel up, and then we're like throwing to the end zone, and he catches it, and we score. And one of the things about this game that even people doing sliders are like, stop calling money plays and stop attacking vertically. It's like, really? It's against the rules to attack vertically in the game? And it's because the game really struggles defending vertical plays. It's a real struggle. But what a pass and catch combination here. They're trying to go for the pick. We get it, and we just get the ball in the end zone. And now they're both too high like that, and they're probably going to be backed off. And you're probably just going to go X underneath. So we hand it off, and then X is coming across the formation. He gets a little rocked, but we're picking up 5 yards. You don't want to get your kid killed like that. Want to drop back, take a look, fire it to A. He undercuts it. That's interesting. Just run it 2 more times, and we're moving forward. Let's just hand it off right here. It's interesting with the bullet pass, how he's undercutting it for the interception, which is a good thing to learn in practice mode and not to do in a real game now. Not like I'm actually going to be playing quarterback in the real game, but you can see the physical positioning should be in my favor, but he's able to undercut it. So I'm interested in that. Let's just hand it off right here, and then we, oops. This is the thing that I don't really like about the play. Like, what do you want the computer to do here? Like, the computer is taking it, and he's ready to throw, and they're really not open. They're not open, and you're going to get your boy killed with a big hit stick right here. Right? This is what I'm concerned with about going across the formation. I'm not against cutting it and just having the regular motion and the handoff, but I am against the fact that if they see motion, then they know it's going to be like a handoff. But then you've got that other issue that we said that we're going to take a look at and listen to Denny about, which is to say Miami. Okay, we're going to flip Miami. I know Denny didn't say flip Miami, but we're going to flip Miami. And we're going to talk about sending them in motion. And we do like that kind of false start, kind of like encouraging play, right? And so then we drop back, and we throw into traffic, and that's already the first problem I tried to be warned about. We hit the back step, and it does look like a Mills. It does do what we're looking for. And then he busts back out here. And that's all a thing. So you've got like the high-low on the Mills concept, except he breaks out, which is exactly kind of what we wanted, right? We've got the little drag player here, and this is still part of the problem. Like, I guess we either need to get out of our hands now or do the check down, right? Now, that doesn't mean what the computer's going to do. Don't really like throwing into that window at all. I like the little pre-snap, like fake snap stuff. I don't like the fact that he hits the back foot and he should be launching this football to an open player, and there really isn't anyone to throw to. That's a big concern of mine. And as the pass rush is creeping down, no one is about to get open either. Not really. That's something I really don't like about this right now. So that is a huge concern, where if we drop back with the normal play, right, we're just looking at the breakdown in coverage, trying to attack here, getting double like locked up, but in the process actually having a legitimate check down option across the field. And then making them respect this, and like having all four of these defenders kind of know what's going on here. And like holding their attention. The real point is just getting the ball, like you're dropping back and you're checking what's going on with B, and you're willing to just throw it to Y. You just go do 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 like that and pick up yards. I don't care the fact that he's not the orange player. To me as a human, I would just recommend that kind of thing. Like, just let them peel back and let the underneath guy steal 5+ yards. Right? You're checking, like, are they just going to give this to me? No? Okay, they'll just give us the underneath throw. If they're taking that away and they're man coverage or something, you've got other reads. But that's like a little quick 1-2. And you're just like, okay. 4 or 5 yards. I pass lead up, drop back, pass lead up, get 7. Not going to keep running the same play over and over again, just seeing the consistency. And then the right thumbstick goes crazy. Okay, great. Normal. All right, check in the comments. And then it says, maybe hot route A to an out. Hey, let's check it. You're talking about Miami. You're talking about the hot route. I'm paying attention to it. Let's go, baby. Where is Miami? I think it's in Florida, right? There it is. There's the play. And we said flipped it. And then we said here. And he said hot route A to the streak. Is that what you're saying? And I'm assuming you mean in the flip version. No, to an out. You said to a streak. To an out. And then we obviously said we wanted to do the Mills combination. I'm assuming that's the timing there, like where we want to fake Mills. And so we've kind of got like a high-low trailing action here. And we drop back. That can be interesting because right here, especially with that little move, you might open up traffic here, right? Pulling the traffic away. and now they're like all getting pulled, and then you throw it behind them. I don't know if that was your original intention, but that is decent. It's good football. That's not what my intention was. Wow, he's really inaccurate there. But I see the idea, and I hope you notice that I'm doing like the fake snap when it's going across the formation. And now we're just like really getting them in position with a human throw. It's solid. It's not a bad idea at all. I can follow along with that for sure. And then it says, not really going to be strong against cover 3. Miami you would want cover 2 or man, etc. in cover 3 by not motioning it's clear out for the drag. Yeah. Definitely with all of that. It's a play that I'm not cutting. It's a play that I'm not in love with, but I'm not cutting. Not in love with play action quick fake. On paper, it looks fine. In the game, it really looks like even when they're pulling the coverage over the top, you're just letting the middle guys just hospital ball X. So I don't really think that's going to work. But I do like the regular runs, and I like the fact that you've got the threat of the inside handoff and the end around, just keeping the defense honest, and then we can just have those individual motions and the fake snap to also keep them a little bit honest. Let's try power option and speed option. See, are there any like animation advantages or disadvantages to it? Like, why would we have both plays? I believe LB button is the actual pitch. So we go out here, we just get tackled. We go out here, and we're going to run. And what I did is I actually saw him running these kinds of plays in the goal line. And speed option, you just needed like 2-3 yards. I should have pitched it, but I'm just kind of checking stuff. That's the problem if you actually do pitch it when you're not supposed to. So those are bad reads, but I'm not trying to practice the read. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the play. Like, we're not even able to get 2 yards like on a 2-point play. Like, if it was a 2-point play and they were in a goal line, we'd be even more screwed. Because that's where the read should be a pitch, and then they're able to defend it, which you're happy that they can defend it. I just don't think it's a very good video game football play here for us. And what about the other version of speed option? I know in NCAA 2003 and NCAA 2004, Boise State has that in their book, and it's a fun play with the way that they block it up. Obviously, I shouldn't have pitched. And we just don't have any speed. I don't mean like, 80-something speed. But yeah, he's just kind of walking this off. He's not even speeding, pitching it, right? He can't even get away from this linebacker. And no, I do not blame the speed adjustment slider, because that slider is supposed to make the difference between fast and slow players more equal. And I don't feel it slows players down. The blocking was solid there. And he's just kind of walking it off. And then they defend it well. Yeah, we're barely getting 2 to 3 yards. And this is me as a human pulling the right trigger to sprint. Right trigger to sprint. Just to get our starting quarterback hit. Let's try the other direction with the human sprint. But I don't love it. And then X3901 says, I play 2K11, PS3. This is in my recommendations now. Not even football. Wait, what console is this? Xbox 360. Denny says, welcome. Here's the thing. I have 2K11. 2K11, 12, a few of those games. NBA that I had my Kings Dynasty franchise, whatever, career mode. You can check out those videos. I haven't completely abandoned them. I still have the file saves. I haven't played with them right now, especially with the NBA season where it is now that it's firing back up. I may pay more attention to it, but I'm in like football mode right now. But X3901, I do have NBA, and again, my thing is I like to play computer versus computer coach mode. So right now I'm on a football trip, but I'm a Sacramento Kings fan, and I like doing like a Kings dynasty franchise, whatever. I don't know what it's called. I'm not a hardcore basketball fan, but I do like the Kings, and I like having a build/rebuild. Rebuild implies that you're actually good. They weren't. But I like that idea, and I like having Tyreek Evans, and I like having DeMarcus Cousins, and I like some of the depth players that we have with the Kings, and trying to build around the Rookie of the Year, and in another game, like the defending Rookie of the Year, or you can't defend it, you can't do it 2 years in a row, but you know what I mean? Like, either having him his rookie year or having him after he won the award. DeMarcus Lawrence or whatever. No, it's not DeMarcus Lawrence. I'm thinking of another player. Because my brain is fried. I'm thinking football right now. But there were some really not great, but like really fun players to play around in those 2K games. The one with Kobe on the cover and the one with Jordan on the cover. I think it's 10 and 11. And I also have 12 like set up. So I do play basketball. It's just not right now. That's probably why you got it in your recommendations, because it is a thing I play. I also play racing games. I really love Need for Speed Shift and everything. I'm really happy to have you here. I hope you don't disappear. I hope you're willing to subscribe and check out my basketball videos that I do have in the franchise that I was running. But that's not my focus right now in these recent days. So it says you have 2K11 and 14. Multiplayer was like an 87. No, my player was like an 87. That's really nice. Love it. I didn't really do the my player thing. Nothing against it. Was just more a big fan of just like the simulation. So the other thing is like I worked really hard modifying and adapting the recommended sim sliders that were shared with me. So I think I got really good looking games. You should watch my Kings versus Oklahoma City Thunder game and all the young talent that Oklahoma City Thunder team had. You know, it's a lot of fun, and it made for a really great, accurate game because not all those players had yet become superstars yet. They were like budding stars. So that was also really fun, and we're really glad to have you. In fact, if anything, if you stick around, you're going to give me extra emphasis and incentive to toss more NBA games into my channel. Maybe even start running some in the background when I'm busy helping with the family and just run the auto play games and get those uploaded for you, okay? So let's get back to business here. And we were looking at different football plays here. So let's just go with the regular cover 3. And we're going to try user sprinting here. And I just don't like that version. Maybe here is kind of... Yeah, I think the weak side might be the better version. Here we've got the backup, and then you can hit the quarterback. Okay, I'm not going to trash them, but I think you need to user them or you need a faster quarterback. I do like having them in the playbook, especially like playbooks are going to be playbooks, right? You're going to have players come in and out of your organization, and you may get faster QBs, and you're going to be glad that it's physically printed up for your playbook. So who knows? I don't think that we need both of them, but we're definitely cutting one of these halfback weak zones. I think we're going to cut the play action. Wide receiver screen, we need something set up for that. We're going to have to do a lot of these play actions for computer versus computer gameplay. One thing we did want to check here is play action boot screen, and we want to see if they legitimately get hit, if they tackle the running back or he remains an option, and or how they actually cover or don't cover it. So let's just run to the left. Oops, got you, bitch. Oops, actually it's a screen and it's kind of a mess. So let's go instant replay. Let's hand it off the weak zone as we wanted. Oops, actually it's not a zone, it's a play action. And oops, actually he's wide open. And probably going to get cut for that very reason. All right, boys, let's just run it to the left here. Oops, actually, it's a this, and it's just... and he got tackled like I thought. So this is what I was afraid of. When the design of your play is to literally do this, and they're like, okay, you handed it off. What ref? I thought he had the football. And then it's like, what are the rest of the routes doing? Just getting covered and blown up, and we're just asking to get sacked. And we can't even have, like, the throwback to the runner. Like, yeah, you can do this step and then look to throw to X. But what are we doing? I mean, we're going to get in trouble for illegal man downfield. That's the other thing. When the quarterback is ready now to throw, look how far downfield we are. Like, the game doesn't necessarily have that flag, but that's terrible. That's terrible. And then Denny says, I'm old. Last NBA game I played was NBA Live 96. Bro, Live 95. I want to say 94 or whatever. It was like one on the Super Nintendo that I really like played a lot of. Like, especially in emulators. Like, I had it, like, I'm born in 84. Like, Live 95, I was already like 11 years old, 10 years old. But I played it up and down the emulator and just had a blast messing with it. But then, like, Live 95 is famous, and then Live 05 on the original Xbox. I had it on my original Xbox, which, you know, Denny probably knows, but everyone else, my original Xbox hard drive is kind of crashed on me. I need to get it fixed. That's not something I'm going to do instantaneously. I'm thinking more in the December timeline. But I had Live 05, and I had, like, the 2K games and all of that. Those are things that I was doing on my channel. So, like, I do have basketball. Might be the reason why it's recommended to y'all. And then more comments says 77 thinks he's a tight end. Yeah, exactly. Down the field like it is. What else can we cut? What else are we aware of? We definitely want to try ace tight end drag as a flip play. I'm thinking, do we want FL cross flipped? Because I remember in the Madden game, as it was default, we often saw the quarterback throwing interceptions here to Y. We often saw him drop back and then do like a weird like pick like that. Like that was an intentional version. So I wonder if this FL cross is another one of those you should flip it kind of plays. I'm really afraid of the quarterback going like, I'm going to jerk, and then, sorry, I meant to hit the RB button. Like, I'm going to hit here, and then, I'm going to jerk, and then throw like to the RB button. He's like, like do one of these. That's what I'm afraid of. Like, I did that obviously on purpose to try to mimic it, but how often we've seen the Chad Henne or whatever quarterback do this stupid bullshit and like literally like do that. I've seen Tom Brady in Madden 25 do that, even the 99 awareness. Like, I have. Like, I had him, and it was just stupid bullshit. And you're like, oh, there's the pick six, right? That's what I get really worried and nervous about. As a human, I don't mind just dropping back and just hitting this pass. That's the difference. You're just like, I'm going to look at A, and it's not there, so take this and get 5+ yards, whatever. But the computer just doesn't have like the guts to just toss that with any consistency, right? That's the problem that I run into. But I'm still willing to try it outside of Dynasty mode and see how it works. Some other things that we were discussing were the play action crosses first. I don't know if I've passed them up or not. Yeah, play action crosses. Okay. We wanted this to be a threat. Let's hand it off on the stretch. That's just not good, having only a 2 wide receiver route combination. He hands it off. He's ready to throw, and no one's really open. So that's really a problem for me. I mean, sure, they're not biting. Okay, they should bite when we like try to hand it off. But might not be a good play just by design. The other variation of the crosses is there's the flood we were going to get to, but here's the weak flood. Okay? So, do we have X on the shot? Open it up here, and then get ready, and then throw it like this, and there's the accuracy. We can lead it down, hand it off, and then pass lead down. So. ready, and then they're ready. Yeah, he's picking that, but I don't mind. Hand it off. I mean, there's just like the coverage rating, and I'm fine with it, but it looks like a good play. It looks like he's getting slowed down on his route running. I mean, it's hard to run full speed like this. He got bumped off of it a little bit. Boom, 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 boom. And then, yeah, they get really slow out of these little cuts. They don't explode out of the cuts so well. And plus, I mean, there's 3 guys covering them, obviously, is the other issue. And obviously, you just want to throw underneath it. But I'm just trying to look at that throw. So X is either open or it's not. And as we go bump, 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 we just throw this. The other benefit here is what X is doing is clearing out here, whereas the previous play they're kind of running to the same spot of the field. So this, I feel, is just a better version, and we don't need the traditional cross. And then I still don't know if the computer is actually going to be able to throw it well. As a human, we can. Play action flood version, if you have the success, but X isn't really doing anything to draw you off, but it's really about how the corners and linebackers deal with B more than anything. We go to hand it off, and obviously he caught it, but he's not really that open. What's the threat of this like? Then boom, we stand there, and as he's coming across the formation, he's not like breaking and running this way. He's truly breaking down and changing direction. But the high and the low behind it, it's just not there. And I guess maybe you've got the comeback, depending on what this guy's doing. We can make like a quick read. We can go to the handoff, right? We're not even looking. And then as we do it, we're peeling back and we're like, wow, the read is muddy. And even the quarterback is like looking, and we might have something to the comeback. So let's just hand it off, and then na. And that's like a Peyton Manning throw. That's an Aaron Rodgers throw. That's like a back shoulder-ish, or just a back comeback to Marvin Harrison kind of throw out to the sideline. If I can't catch it, no one can. Kind of, and then he's got the 2 feet in bounds and trying to turn upfield. And also a reason why we go to the right hash mark, right? If we say resume game, call the same play. Where was it? Here. Play action flood. They're going to cover 3, put the safety in the box to help. Where was it? Respot ball. That's what I was looking for. And we're like here on the right hash. And let's just run it on the right to them. And then we're like, nope. And we're getting that pass. That's pretty nice. And we hand it off. And we can get that pass in bounds. Let's just hand it off here to the right. And oops, gotcha, bitch. Oh, I really like what they had. I like a lot of the breakdowns there. That was a lot of fun. There were a lot of choices to throw here too, right? I really like the fact that as they cleared it out, we had like a high-low. Like no matter how we get there, was it an out and a corner, whatever, however we get there, we've got a high-low to one side of the field, and we've got the deep comeback with space to run. So that's really nice. Let's just run the ball to the right, and nothing is there, and we can just throw it here and keep it in bounds. And then we can do that again. And it's a pick 6 because our timing is bad. And we hand it off, and we're waiting, and we're buying. And then we're like getting hit as we're throwing. Hand it off, get set. Throw it with anticipation. Let's go, baby. That's like a back shoulder. Hand it off, get set, and then throw it. Okay, that's a little too early. Let's snap it to the right. Get ready, look, throw it. Yeah. You can say look, and throw it. What's a key? We can look how the safety is up in the box. And yeah, there we go. There's going to be other looks, and we're going to have to randomize it. But there's some real choices out there. And I'm not going to bore you with the same play over and over again. And my right thumbstick goes crazy for no specific reason again. Okay, so what else is there? We've done the play action weak flood, and we liked what that did. The rollout we're going to have to look at from the other hash, but I know it looks good. The play action YN seemed fine. Again, on paper, we're going to check it against the computer. This looked nice. The tight end cross could be nice. There's a lot of nice things happening here with X option. Under looks fine. Option out. Like, a lot of these look fine on paper. Wide receiver screen looks like a base pass that we would then audible out of if we needed to. Maybe we want to pick some plays that we would audible out of if we're on the left or the right hash. And play action counter. Let's take a look at that, because I think there's another play action counter as well. So we're faking the fact that we're countering it to the right. Right? What is that route combination that we're really looking at? They're just both going in and there's X. I mean, that X route is no different than what we did on the other play, right? We've got this counter as a real play, but what's the goal? We're ready. We're handing it off, and then we're ready to throw, get the ball out of our hands, but we're not really ready to throw. How late do we have to wait? How early can we throw to X? Boom, read, throw to X. I mean, I guess. Hand it off. Oops, gotcha, bitch. Read and then go to X. As a human, we can do it. I don't trust the computer can do it. But it's worth calling all the play action plays and see how they handle it. So now my mental note and physical note is cut crosses, cut zone weak, cut play action boot screen. Look at the different play action passes, including some that I don't have the most faith in. Cut the play action of the zone fake. And I think that's a good amount of plays to go cut and then practice the other plays in a play now versus Fresno or anyone. What do you think? I think this is pretty good, personally. Team management? No, it should be... Yeah, it should be team management. Custom playbooks. Multiple playbook. Add remove plays. And so let's go again from the bottom back to the bottom, and we went to the... Yeah, whatever. There we go. Okay, we were going to keep it and keep it and keep it. Keep it for now. Keep it for now. Yeah, for now. This one I liked less. I kind of like running weak side against things, because usually they can line up strong side. If I really miss it, we can. We were fine with that other version. This is one we were going to cut. I don't have a lot of faith in this one, but we can try it. That zone weak is what we liked. I didn't like that stretch play. I'm willing to look at that one. It should be the exact same play, but we want to check out if they have a different animation. I doubt it. The draw was fine. Yeah. What else was we're going to get rid of the play action version of it. Which was this one. Right? I think that's it. That gives us 9 plays to work with. So if we've got 9 plays to work with, and we're in ace big, now we're in ace big twins, why don't we just add some plays? Like, spot is a classic play, and flood whatever we can try it, and screen whatever we can try it, and stick we can try it, and that's another play we can try. And this is kind of a lion-dragon combo with a 3x1. Slot under, yeah, not a big fan of it. Rollout smash, I don't like the auto rollout versions of smash. The power option is definitely a thing to run here. Working class hero is definitely something to be. Play action verts, but rolling. We're faking to the right, and then the routes are going to the right, and it's kind of weird. Dagger with mesh is interesting. A play action dagger mesh thing is interesting. Don't have a lot of faith in that. Counter boot weak. No, counter waggle boot weak. It's kind of a scissory play. It's worth looking at. The boot over, the toss strong. We know that's bad. That could be fine. That could be kind of fine. The slant variations, we don't care. This power, is it a handoff? There's the misdirection. There's the dive. There's the counter. There's the hit that blunt drive. Just boring old play, but fine. Double post, don't care. Curl flat corner, at least it's a combination. Versus this one. Right? Like, they're exchanging what player is doing what, but they don't have like a high-low in the other position. So we're like one play away from like a full book. But we have something with big twins, and since we're just a play away, we're only a day away, we can then add that and whatever, be at 378. Okay? And then we're going to click Save. College Football Playbook. Thieve it up. Alright. And I think what I'm going to time is set up an exhibition game. We're not going to play it in full, but we're just going to check play actions and stuff. Let's do... You know what we could do? I was thinking Fresno, but I'm also thinking right now in the heart of it, why don't we get like a rematch at our house where we play against the Oregon State Beavers, a team that we already know in terms of their ratings and stuff, and we can also check the pass rush and see if we just had a good game or not. Remember, we had like such good we had to raise it to like 80 plus or whatever in the blocking, so we can see if we still dominate in the pass rush or not. And the helmet, give me the classic Boise State helmet, bro. Not classic, but I love the one also with the word Broncos on the side. But give me that one, man. Oh, damn it. Change uniform. Okay. You kept it. Then, what else? Settings. That's uniform here. Let's go all the way to my custom book. BSU Broncos. And the defense. And let it load. I'm going to get a glass of water while it's loading up. Please make your predictions, Denny. How do you think this is going to go?
We're live from the Potato State. Bronco Stadium in Boise is the site for today's matchup. Before we head down to the field for the coin toss, we'd like to remind you this game is brought to you by Coke Zero. Real Coke taste, 0 calories. Enjoy everything. Oregon State is kicking off first, and we're ready to get this game underway.
All right, back from water. Read the prediction in just a moment. It's a kneel down. 77 is going to draw at least one penalty for impersonating a playmaker. Okay, I like it. That's a good sense of humor. Love it. By formation. By Felicia. Let's call a halfback draw. Let's hand the ball off to start the game, but make it look like we've called a pass play. And let's do a blind backside behind the back draw. And they just read it and fucked us up, but good for them. 32 being the nightmare that he was before, just reminding us why he is the nightmare that he is. I like the idea of, like, behind the back. Like, they're not anticipating that. We're dropping back, like, to throw. And then we do the behind the back one. I like it. And 32 is like, yeah, I bet you do, sucker. Meanwhile, I got your ass. I ain't falling for that bullshit. Let's go. 2nd and 13. Ain't nobody got time for that in terms of play actioning. Let's just call a regular ass pass. I'm worried about the RB button. They're in too high. What is the run play? The run play is to the weak, and I'm fine with that. Point out your blocks. Press A, don't touch anything else. They split the run blockers, and they're just in our face. And I'll tell you what, when Boise State played against Fresno in real life, and I know this isn't Fresno, they were not getting any yards with Ajayi, but they just kept trying. And eventually it also opened up the play action. Like, they started doing, like, first down play actions. That even though they didn't have yards, the Fresno knew that they were run stopping them, and they got them. But yeah, here you go. Right off the bat, we just cannot handle that split, which means we don't get to the second level of the defense. 72 does, but 78 doesn't get to the linebacker, and we get blown the fuck up. Salomar! And so now we're at third and 13. And we don't have a lot of plays for 3rd and 13, especially in terms of getting out there. So we're not going to fake Miami. We're not going to play action it. I don't know about just calling a wide receiver screen. Just have something that makes the clock run. They're backed off. Since they're backed off trying to stop it, we just drop back, toss it out, and let the guy do something with the football in his hands. We let Matt Moore's brother, who was tearing it up before, just do that, get the backside, get the blocks. Wow, we could have almost housed that just about. That was almost a great call. We got the stop, but look at that. Got the throw, and it was just open field with 2 blockers in front of us. Pop this dude, and we're down the sideline. Man, number 4 pursued and read this play. He's like, boom, boom, boom. He's reading this play, and he's got us. A nice, clean tackle, a touchdown-saving tackle. Let's go. We're going to line up for this punt. We're going to have to play defense, and we're going to read the comments here. Let the play clock run down. And says there needs to be a play-action fake to the fullback followed by a pump draw out of I form or strong I weak. Yeah, I love the pump draws. Let's get this off. Ba-doom. Oh, there are some killer blocks out there. And a flag. Hey, back them up, back them up. You know the play. It's 4-2-5, baby. Lots of 4-2-5. We're going to flip cover man 2. And we're definitely going to call a Liz. Because Liz is the field. I'm going to call a 40. That 40 call was really good. Remember, the 40 call is the crash down. There's the Luke and Ray to slide crash or whatever. 4-2-5. Let's give them a different look. Let's give them a bullets.
Second down and 7 coming up here. Ball on their own 31.
Let's give them rip. And the blitz in his face, sucker! Overload, 6-man blitz. Let's go. Celebrate it. Those are team sacks. It's not about the individual, it's about the unit. Let's go. That's how you bullet blitz on second down, baby. I love it. We got the little rip call. The little stack. What's going on here with 33? Looks like he's on a release to go get a route. They're blocking with their 5, and the running back is 6 guys. We're sending 6 guys. So how do we overload them? 77's like a little confused, kind of trying to double team. He's the problem. Is he really though? Oh, we've got a little twist action here too. How about it? Let's go, boys. There's DeMarcus Lawrence. That's the name I was thinking. DeMarcus Cousins. Right? That's where I got the names mixed up when I was talking about basketball and everything, right? So, yeah, like a little twist action here. Messes with them. Absolutely love it. And we get a free rusher in here. Absolutely. Denny says, "Just need to go to bed. Love the content. Thank you so much. Let's go Blue. See you next time." And in the rerun, love to see your comments in the rerun, man. Just drop them like it's hot. Drop your comments like you're watching it live, man. I love to hear it. I know I won't be able to respond immediately, but I love it. And let's get our action out here. 3rd and 14, 3 wide receiver set. Staying in this situation, we're going to look at a basic cover 4 situation and see are there any adjustments we want to make. I think there are. I think we want Saxton to come up and be a potential blitzer for us. Cause problems. That's a bad call, but not if we stop the first down, which we don't. So we're going to make a mental note and adjustment. I figured we had like a 2-man bracket here. We definitely needed the underneath play. I was kind of hoping that we could pick something up. I was also hoping that if you're going to blitz, we were going to get something good here. Probably should try to go around the edge. If we're going to use our blitz, we're trying to go around the tackle here. But I had no idea if DeMarcus Lawrence was trying to spin out and around and I was going to run into him or not. So whatever the case may be, that wasn't well planned. That's the defender freelancing. And that's my fault, but also in the reality of the game, that's not the play that we called. You got confused, player. Do your job. Just do your job. We're going to flip. Yeah, there you go. The coverage is there. There's a little high-low. He comes up to make the tackle. And it's a teamwork tackle. Only a pickup of 6. 3 wide receivers. We're still picking up things with 3 wide receivers. We're going to go with the cover 1 look out of normal. And we're going to call rip. Rip 40! Rip 40! And it's a good thing we called a rip 40. We tried to clog those gaps up. He still got the yardage, but the rip 40 was the right call. A 3 wide set. We're going to go with the cover 2 man. We're going to call rip. Do we need to kill it? No, we're happy with rip. So let's go with rip 40. No, let's go with rip Ray. And rip Ray was the right call. We didn't really get the call out, like in terms of verbiage, but we got the controller version of it. So they're going to the right, which is the Ray call, which is still fine. You look at our entire defensive line, like we tried to go to the right. So rip right. And then DeMarcus Lawrence is just eating those double teams. But in the process of eating the double team and getting pushed back, he let 45 get in unblocked and just tried to clean it up. Team tackling, teamwork. We love it. 2nd and 9. We're staying in normal. They're coming out with a 3 wide receiver package, so we're going to try to give them a different 3 look. Let's try this Eagle zone. Not a lot of confidence in it. And we're going to just compact. I forget the code word for that. Let's look it up. You can't pause real life, but we should know the code words. And we should just try to apply those code words. I'm going through here into my book. Got to find the right copy page for it. There's Liz, Rip, and Pinch. That's what we're doing. Liz, Rip, and Pinch. I mean, yeah, we're pinching the line, but literally the code word they're using is pinch. So we're like, pinch 40, pinch 40. Came off the edge. Let's go. Smoke zone. Got there. Let's go, Denny. Watching this back later, but you got to tell me what's up, dog. Everyone else, Michael, anyone else? I know they had to head out and everything. Anyone else checking this play out? Let's do it. That's a cover 3 smoke. We came after them with both safety positions. We've got this star here, normally having him in man coverage, and he takes off. And they've got the pressure of the tackle, especially that's why we pinch smoked it. We're just occupying all the inside leverage blocks. And we're sending 4 across the line. We're sending 5 and 6 because of the outside. So we didn't overload in terms of like a traditional blitz, but we just sent more than they were blocking with. And how about this young man? The young man that we said can be a weakness in the tackle game, but not a weakness in tackling quarterbacks. Really good speed off the blind side. He's got enough tackle rating there. The senior with the sack. And we're getting sacks from different positions. Now let's not botch this call up here. We're not going to call the same play. We're not going to call that. We definitely need a new look. We're going to do this cover 3. And we're not going to cover the flats. We want buzz zone. And you never give up on pursuit. I knew that I was user controlling the defensive tackle as I was making my adjustments. How is this buzz zone? He was, and then what are you doing jumping forward, bro? What are you doing? And just to jump backwards. I wonder if he's getting sucked up by this. He also doesn't have like 90-something play recognition, but he's backing up to his zone, and I wonder if he's getting sucked into that and also just trying to undercut this. I wonder if the game is like saying like that's a thing and then you should back up again. I don't know if he's getting tricked by that, but this little weird movement is not my favorite. And all the things that he's doing. Regardless of that, I also said that I'm user controlling the defensive tackle. And I'm like, yeah, he got hit. And I'm like, nope, we need to have a high motor and stop walking this play out and then start running it. And I was just knew that I'm not going to make the immediate tackle, but I need to go like at an up angle to pursue. And while it's technically an over pursuit, if he's breaking a tackle, we're in pursuit lane, hands open, ready to tackle him, even ready, super ready for the tackle if he's breaking the tackle or to help out. Got to love the team effort out here. Everyone just wraps up the ball carrier. And we're getting the ball back, baby. Let's go, special teams. Return to the right. The teams traded punts, and we need to get back to that play action idea. And it's return to the right. So, nope. We were going to, but the blocks were not there, and that's fine. 2 clippings on 2 punts. We might need to lower the clipping thing. The clipping slider. Well, whatever. It is what it is. I'm assuming we're on the left hash, so we're looking for left hash plays. We know what some of them are. One of them is ace tight end drag. While we wanted some play actions, we also are happy with against 2-eye. Running the ball. Aggressive look. Snap the ball and not touch the sticks. Hey. Play clock running. Got 2 yards. This is play action roll right. So it looks like we're going to hand it off weak. These are all the routes that we wanted. And if they're too high, they're rolling down in the box to stop that run. Let it roll, let it roll. Just hand it off anyway. Oh, he completely misses him. Oh, I thought this game had the auto pass. Oh, it doesn't have auto pass on. What it has is I was clicking off. That's fine. I like it. He ducks, he dodges, he avoids, and he draws himself. He calls his own number. And I actually saw number 16 running the football by himself, real life against Fresno State. So that wasn't terribly inaccurate. Let's go to settings and let's go to house rules. I think it's a different section. There's like a thing of custom gameplay or whatever. Advanced controls, no. I think there's another button for that. Oh my goodness, I don't want to ruin the idea of a lot of these plays. We've already done the weak draw. Oh, we wanted to see slant 18 and see if that had any better animation. Omaha! Omaha! Not so bad. Let's take a look at the replay. Well, it's a double team, so it's not really something fair to judge. Okay, one thing that we wanted to do was slam flip. And yeah, let's just run away from the nose, right? Let's run to the 3 technique and away from the 2I or 1 technique. See, there's Jay Ajayi's like ball carrier vision problem because I really wanted him to truly go north and south. Here, like we're just pushing him out of the hole, which is exactly what we want. We're double teaming the point. We're splitting that player, and 72 is just driving. You should just run the ball up the gut. Just run it north and south, Jay. Now we're on the right hash mark. And let's call the misdirection. And we're going to attack that nose again. Except we're going to go this way and move the chains. Let's go. The chains that don't exist. Let's go. All right. So, the success of that play is also going to necessitate a regular counter trap. We've just done a misdirection. Let's look how we can attack that nose again, but this time with another look. And Fields got in there. Let's go. So, I wanted Damas as my number 2, at least for right now, because he has the higher ball carrier vision. So Fields with Damas. And ball carrier vision is in, other than Jay Ajayi, other than Jay, we have it in a descending ball carrier vision order now. So I want to see the value of ball carrier vision for sure. We're on the left hash. It's so obvious to run it to the right hash. But what if, follow with me here, what if we do fake quick halfback dive? We send the wide receiver to the field. We just call, down, set. Let it roll. Orbit. And we quick snap it instead of like having the true orbit set its position. And we get them. So what was the advantage to that? They're not really in man. They may be trying to follow them across the formation. Also 77 down the field, got a block on the corner. 85 didn't finish his block. Like, we had a lot more potential out there, but we can sit on that play for later in the drive. We need to move the chains. It is 3rd and 4. We want to play from the left hash mark. We want something like ace tight end drive. So we can look at that, but we're trying to really throw to Y, but we don't want to stare at Y. We want to see if we have other choices as we drop back, and we kind of do. Wow, he leapt. I thought we were going to be able to pass lead up. Interception is fine, aside from the fact that we want to try quarterback throwing instead of us as a user. I wanted to have some fun here. We hit the back step. Throwing to Y underneath was not good. This is also answering a lot of questions. They're like, all of these players dedicated here, we could have just pass led to the right. You know, that's something the game lets us do. But that's super covered. This was an interception. Like, nothing's open at all. And you can see by the animation just of my tight end that he was, like, literally going across this line. And if you just throw it normal, he follows this path. But I was pass leading him up, trying to lead him up and away. What a great interception. I was trying to throw it up and over his shoulder, over his body, and he leans and leaps into it. And really the accuracy is still behind the tight end instead of out in front of him. Like a better placed football, like out here, like I intended, instead of behind. Like, does that make sense to you? Like, I was intending to throw it closer to 34's helmet position right here where the blue circle is, and have my tight end reach his hands forward to catch it. So really, it's like, I don't even think that's a bad decision to throw that ball. I think it's just bad placement, and the linebacker taking advantage of it. So it's like, what did you see? How'd you throw that pick? It's like, if I put the ball where I wanted it to, it wouldn't have been a problem. We've got 9 seconds to go, and we're just going to call another 0. We're going to call safety Mike Doggs blitz. We're going to blitz. We're going to flip it, and we're going to blitz from the boundary. We're going to call a Liz call, and I know they've already snapped the ball, but the Liz is to go one way, and then it's a Ray call. We're going to call Liz Ray. We're going to call flip Liz Ray. And then we got the sack because it's a play action, and we blitzed off that side. Our star safety is celebrating. It's not about one player. It's about the fucking team, baby. It's about the team. We got a Rip Ray call. A Rip Ray call with backside blitzing. Let's go. And he stunts. The computer stunts. If anything, the play action actually hurt the quarterback because he's chasing the run and he's like, wait, it's not a run. If he just dropped back and passed, he would have been picked up by 56. But then you just free release 10 right into your face by play actioning it. Which again is thankful because where the blitz is coming from. Let's go. I'm sure the guy standing still not doing anything is my user player as I'm trying to make a call happen. 2nd and 17, 2 wide receivers. We've called blitzes and blitzes. Let's call the freak blitz. It's the freak blitz. Let's rip Ray. Rip Ray it is. Cover 0 and now 3rd and 14. What are they going to show us? We're going to put the safety over to that side. We're going to just do a cover 2 man. We're going to trust in everything. And we're going to call a rip 40. And we just took it out, right? While we've had sacks, they've been blitz-based sacks, not like pass protection beating sacks. It's been schemed up sacks, and I love it. And here, DeMarcus Lawrence is, with his 97 finesse moves, but he's trying to power move. Now, you can argue that he's trying to make sure that the tackle knows that he's willing to fight and not just throw spin moves all day long. So to keep him honest, even on a 3rd down. And then he's using his leverage. Like, if anything, he's actually starting to win this block, right? It's like they make an engagement. Boom, their wedding is going to be this month. No, and it's a fight. And 77 throws him off. And he's locked up. And he even gets this animation here. It's so nice with 77. has this reset, but then they're moving, and Lawrence has the extension of the arm with his literal long arms, like pushing off against the chest, and 77 only has so much leverage, and we're like bending the hips, and we're trying to get around, and we're nearly hitting the quarterback at that point. Lawrence is doing a really good job. Even whenever he's losing, he's still finding ways to win. Gotta love it. And that brings up 4th down. Let's try punt return right again. What's not to love about these defensive stands here, folks? 3 and out 'em. And what, another clipping to back us up? Well, you may have to adjust that. That's getting out of hand. Let's hit accept. It's not us to accept. Let's just keep going through. All right, we're trying to practice plays here. Let's go back to flip. And let's do this counter trap. Or not. Let's just actually do the classic run. So, Omaha! Omaha! Aggressive. Picking up the nose. Jaya picks up 4 yards. Do that 3 times and you move the chains. It's not a sexy run, but it's an efficient run. We don't want to slant that way. We can halfback zone weak.
2nd down and 6. Ball on the 18.
They're pointing out the front. 4x3, 4x3. Omaha, Omaha. Set. Hit. Double team. Work it. Only 2 yards. The corner makes a tackle on you, Jaya. Who are you talking to 77 for, bro? You got tackled by a corner, didn't you? You got tackled by a corner, bro. Like, yeah, you can follow up the gut, but you shouldn't be talking nothing about 77. If anything, you're talking because 77 called your ass out. You got tackled by a corner, dog. Let that sink in. All right. Play action stretch, weak flood. Let's attack the edge. Instead of a live color call, we have a dead color call. Remember, the goal is to check down to B. We're going to have an I to X, but probably checking down to B. And just overshot on what is otherwise the open receiver. I pressed pass lead left, and that was probably the problem from instead of having like a perfect throw. We stood there a while, but we really had the open shot there. The way he dipped, and you could see, and a little bit of it is the locomotion of the video game. They kind of suck getting out of these breaks. They get really choppy slow. Like the corner is like running into him, like trying to go full speed, like bounce, bounce, bounce. Right? It's just, they're so choppy and slow in their locomotion. It's not very good. 4th and 4, we're punting it back to them. And again, all these punts, you suck. I'm just trying to run the offense out of one specific formation to try the different plays. If you watch the games I take serious, like we put up a lot of points. Why don't you take this one serious? Again, we're just testing the plays of the formation. We're not doing a variety of looks. We're just trying to get all the plays called. Okay, here. Give us this cover 3 look. Keep it from being the flats and back it off to the buzz. Hit a Liz Luke. The check down and out of bounds, 2 yards. Congratulations, bro. You had a 2-yard pass. Good for you. 2nd and 8, 2 wide receiver set. Let's do Thunder Zero Cop flip. The 3-man coverage is to the right side, which is the correct decision. And let's go a rip call. Let's go. It's not a sack, but it's a quick pressure. Let's go, boys. 4 and 5 are celebrating, but it's the entire team working together. I don't have it memorized. Who's 5? 5 is one corner, is 4 the other? No. 4 is the safety. So the safety and corner in coverage, like, hey, we did enough. Go us. Because what's going on? Our star safety, number 10, he's the one that gets off the edge. How is the tackle responding? Ah, that's nice, huh? 48 drops back into a coverage, but he's only asking to cover the running back. He's not being asked to cover some deep player. And that's the versatility here, is even though he's an end, he's playing like a linebacker. And then we've got the 3 pass rushers here. And then we've got 2 more linebackers. So against their 5, they're only keeping a tight end on a delayed rush. So they're really only blocking with 5. And with that in the cluster, we're still actually getting 2 men free, 45 and 10. And he has nowhere to go. He can't run away from us. Like, he can't run away from us. He can't run into us. It looks like he wants to run to us. It looks like he wants to back up. Looks like he doesn't know what he wants. And he's getting smashed. So even when you don't get the sack, you still got disruption on the play. And we don't want to just repeat, but how about strong safety eagle zone? And how about a rip 40? Sorry, a Liz 40, a Liz 40. Going to the right, but it's Liz 40. False start offense. 3 wide receivers set. Yeah, so Smoke Eagle, Liz 40. Smoke Eagle, Liz 40. And they call a screen, and we're in their face, and he doesn't get rid of it, and Lawrence gets a sack. It's a team meeting at the quarterback. Players across the board are just sharing sacks. DeMarcus Lawrence gets in there. But the real problem is they're calling like a quick smoke screen. And we've got a pile of bodies. He can't really afford to throw it anyway. And we're just bringing the pressure. Terrible play call by the computer. Absolutely punishing them. Let's get the ball back. 4th and 26. They went back 16 yards. Let's go, boys. The defense is better than the offense, but again, it's because we have the entire defense game planned out. But the offense, we're just practicing one formation. Let's get the return and cut it, gut it, go, go, go. Turn on the Jets. Move. We're just not fast enough. Shane, get faster, says the fat guy. All right, we're on that hash mark. We're going to do, again, ace flip, tight end drag. We're counting a 3-4 front, 3-4 split. They want to cover 0, and we're fine with that. Hand it off in their face. They know our call. They know what's going on. They stack it up. They know our live color call, and that's fine. Double this nose. Attack them aggressively. Point it out. Head down, ready to go. Attack, drive that nose. 3rd and 4. I don't care if we're just doing that. You're going to go too high. We're not afraid to repeat ourselves. In fact, we're not even afraid to repeat ourselves. And now, we've saved it. Do we go wide receiver quick with Moore's little brother? Let's put him in the slot. No, just kidding, bitch. We're running with it. Keep it inside. Let's go. Let's go.
So at the end of one quarter, still no score.
Okay, what do we want to win?
Set to resume action here in the second quarter, and we're dead even.
They're in too high. Omaha. Set. Hit. Get 6. We're on the right hash mark. Wide receiver screen. They're off the ball. Quick toss B, drop back, ready to throw, get it out there. I'm not touching anything on the stick. I'm just letting Miller do his job because it's Miller time. Give the ball to the referee and move the sticks. Good job, Miller. There's FL cross flip. The running back is going to the left. We've got a little leak underneath the B. But the goal is to get it to A and check B as a leak. Yep. Get it out to the tight end. Move the chains. Just give that to us. Make it easy on us. If we don't have to work for it, I'll take it. I say we just run it to the right. You know? Just hand it off and then get sacked. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. I bet 32 was a problem there. There, 32 was a problem, and he helped finish it. Bet 32 led the way. He's like, don't fall for their bullshit. We were just trying to finish this play action. And they're like, don't fall for it. In the huddle, he's like, they're going to try some bullshit because he studied the film and he studies my play call and he knows we're in this red zone area or we're close to the red zone. And he can kill this entire drive of momentum with that sack, losing the yards that we just lost. That's a killer. Straight savage killer to the drive. Even threatening to knock us out of field goal range. I think X can mess around with that corner. Like, he can be trouble, but we can check A quickly and then look backfield to X. Oh, no, I don't like any of it. And we fumbled, and we gave the ball away. Wow. That's a rough one. We're dropping back. We're looking to A. Probably should have just thrown it. I'm telling you, I was looking it off because I thought he was going to run to the flats. 4 fooled me. I was Sam Darnold seeing ghosts. I thought 4 was going to go to the flats and take that route away. I didn't just have trust in the regular route and trying to kind of force it to X, but the field was flooded at that point. And by the time I realized it, like, the pressure is in our face. They're whipping around 72. They're getting double whipping around, and the play is dead when we should have just dropped back and thrown it to A. We would still have the football and we would have good yards, and instead we give the football away and we're trusting in the defense. The normal call, another look that we haven't given. We've given freak. It doesn't matter, crash 3. Fine. It doesn't matter. Blitzing from the boundary. Give them a Liz Luke. And we're glad, and they're running the same play we did, but we stopped them for only 3 yards instead of letting them pick up a first. All right, we've done cop. Let's do wide dog. And give them a Liz. Give them a Luke. Liz Luke, Liz Luke. Like it. And there comes the blitz. Doo-doo-doo. There's our second sack from our star safety. And he's looking at him. You better get used to being on the ground. Talking mad shit. I love that animation. The second sack. I'm going to be here all day. I'm going to be here all day, son. I don't care. We're going to bullets this thing. Liz Luke with bullets. He is under pressure and he is just not feeling it. Tin is just talking mad game right now. We're in their head. I love the talk right there. In their head in that animation. He don't want none, son. He does not want the rest of this game, bro. Tin getting off the side of the field going, you better punch this in. We got you the ball back. Finish this drive. Let's go, team. Like, he's not going to talk trash to him, but he's going to talk him up. Let's get in the end zone. Let's go, boys. Let's go, offense. Down the sideline to Miller with a cross. Y is the primary. See if we can get the clear out against B. B is clearing it out. Y is obviously wide open. But I kind of wanted to see if B could beat him because we're just practicing. Like, you can throw with more rhythm and timing. But B is just like going like this. And I wasn't sure if he was going to stop or sit or be in a zone. Or if he could even beat him over the top. Because I did see like the one-on-one-ness. But I don't want to throw a pick and force it. So I was just trying to see how he could handle it. We hit our drop. Right? Our J drop. And then we're just buying time. And we could have thrown it at any of those points. We could even run it based on how he's being played. But I wanted to see how the deep route was going to work. So, 1st and 10. We've done that play. We've done this play. Play action YN. Remember the timing, like read, throw to X, but I'm not sure if that's going to be a good call or not. I'm going to have to read that safety. Fuck it, let's just hand the ball off. And oops, gotcha, bitch. And we have to have that conversation here. I'm not doing the right thing as a human. Boom. But, like, I think he got beat the hell off the ball. Yeah, he got shoved off the ball. And he's, like, taking forever to get back into position. They're just completely taking it away. There really wasn't very much to do with the, like, very many places to go with the football at this point. Everything's a pick and delayed. I think that's a big reason why we want to cut the play. As we saw in practice, there's some times where it could maybe go to X, but I just don't like what we saw. And with 2nd and long, I think we all know what we really have to call. Is 32 going to be a nightmare again? There really wasn't anything there, yo. We keep the clock moving. And, yeah, we just didn't really have much of anything. I like the behind the back draws. Like, we can do the normal draw. But it was just a mess. A flustercluck up front. 3rd and 16, Big Twins was a play we looked at, and I just want to do something like screen. Maybe they'll read it, maybe they'll sack it, but this will be our first screen, so it's not like we're trying to be predictable. Let's just drop back. Nope, just fuck it. Just toss it out there. Not touching the stick, just letting them do their thing. Getting 6 yards, whatever, 5 yards. And their defense is saying the same thing, and Tin is just shaking his head like Richard Sherman. Like, man, we did all that work on defense, and we're just punting it away again. The defense is working their tail off. But let's be fair, number 10, so is theirs. Right? We're not trying to play with like a hand tied behind our back. But we got to get better offense going, right?
This aggressive defense has enjoyed multiple sacks tonight. And because of all their problems at the line, this offense is having a difficult time moving the ball. Well, their outfit has been dismal so far.
5 sacks, and it's the first half. To be fair, there are games where you get 5 sacks in the second half, so whatever. Just a regular cover 1. We've been sending a lot of heat. And let's pinch 40 this play. Kind of glad we did, but they've got some speed to the edge. And there's 10 making a play again. Remember, he's got like 89 speed. He's not super fast, but he's faster than some of these linebackers and everything. And I think our safety has 88 speed and was able to catch him because he wasn't just straight line running away. Let's do cover 2 man. They cross midfield. So our first time not being so aggressive was a problem. Let's just base 40 it. And they're just getting the blocks, bro. We need to get the blocks for Jay Ajayi. We really need to get our blocks going and get Jay Ajayi running the football more successfully. 3 wide receivers. Our defense is bending. You could call me as the coordinator not keeping up the pressure. But 2 first downs, and we just don't have it right now. Okay, let's rip. That was the right call. They're checking it down. They're getting into field goal range. They're getting their time. Man, our offense is just killing us, and our defense needs to drink Gatorade, not get back on there on the field after a 3 and out. Let's show them a freak blitz. There we go, free blitz. Bring in the heat. Bring in the aggressiveness is working again. We can't just keep calling blitzes every play. But why not? We've done a freak blitz. Let's do this pinch blitz, yo. See if we get a 3x2 look. Flip it. And he dropped the would-be touchdown. And they just got to celebrate and pretend like they actually stopped that. You could say their nerves or whatever. But wow, we had the 3x2 coverage. And the man coverage was asking this safety to be in man. And yeah, he doesn't have a high man coverage rating. And he just dropped it. You could call it nerves, but we might need to increase the catch slider. And they want to go all wide receivers? Psh, that's fine with me. Let's go all wide receivers and do a crash 3. Cover the sidelines. Damn. Damn. I did want to leave some of these guys in man coverage. But here I don't mind. We're going to cover 2 man. We're going to start going with these short yardage, 15 to 5 yard kind of defensive play calls. Let's go, number 10. Let's go, number 10.
From the 12-yard line, it's 2nd down.
It was a rip Luke call. You gotta make the tackles, boys. You're giving it up. What do we have? We've got to go goal line now.
This is the 9th play of this drive. Gotta be careful of a pass play with this defense.
Uncovered. How are you going to uncover like that? Congratulations, them. How are you going to uncover like that? I mean, this is what makes me want to mess with coverage ratings, but how are you going to uncover like that? It's time to get a revenge drive, boys. You can't hold forever, and we didn't. They're getting their revenge drives. It's time for us to get ours. They have 3 sacks and a pick. Like, this has been a defensive battle.
The crazy thing is, we still have such a close game despite how well they play.
In a game that's this close, you can't afford to waste possessions. Here's the give. He's tackled around the 21-yard line. From their own 21-yard line, it's second down. They'll keep it on the ground again. He's to the 40. And they finally tackle.
Told you we need to get Jay Ajayi involved. Told you. One hole running. Not a zone. Just straight up student body left. Straight up student body left.
From their own 48-yard line. First down.
Just put him in the slot.
Nice run up the middle. And he's taken down.
Let's go.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 40. The Broncos running back. He was injured earlier. You see him down there on the sideline. It looks like he's ready to get back in the game. Tackle after a decent run up the gut. 6 yards there on the counter.
Come on, 85. Get a block. Come on, 85. Killing me, dog.
They're about 4 yards away here on third down.
See what I did there? I didn't talk it out, but you see what I did there? They're stacked up to the right. We've been running to the right. I do the handoff to the right. Oops, actually gotcha. And we're not asking 85 to block the defensive end. They need to make the adjustment and have 78 block him. If 85 isn't going to block them, we're going to take him out of the scheme. Let's frickin' go, baby. If 85 isn't going to block, then we're going to take him out the scheme.
From the 25-yard line. First down.
Damn it! Come on, we practice this. He goes in motion and we fake snap it. We practice this, boys. Hold your damn water. Hold your damn water, son.
First and 15 now after the penalty.
Wow, 77. Are you going to get outside or not? What am I supposed to be reading here, bro? Not 77, 72. My bad, 77. 72, are you going in the hole or not? You're like going around to 85. Like, come on, do I have to move 85 again? Do I have to move 85 again? Is that really what I got to do? Now we're looking at 2nd and 16. You're killing the drive, bro. You're killing the damn drive.
So it's 2nd and 16. Ball on the 31.
Damn. It was good to keep it, but no blocks at the second level. We've called screens on third downs before. We can't just be predictable with the screen. Stay in bounds, fucker.
It's 4th down, and they're going to try to go for it.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck all of you, fuck you. Fuck! Fuck. Sometimes they don't want to make a decision. They want to just like do this. I don't like this. Just finish running to the flats. No, it's 4th down. I'm not throwing there. Like, commit to the flats, bro. Commit full speed. Don't like just stop. You're murdering me. Now, like, turn upfield and make the blocks. I'm running. Come on. Turn upfield and block for me. There's 2 of you. Just split it and let us go. Damn, guys. Come on. Killing me out there. Play football as a team, bro. Play football as a team.
And offense is back on the field after running the ball very well on their last drive.
This offensive line really opened up some big gaps for the running back last time.
Why is the game getting all slow and choppy?
First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 31. Oregon State is up 7.
The defense is getting soft out there. Come on, guys. Lawrence, you got to start throwing your spin move. Your 97 spin move, DeMarcus Lawrence. You can't sit there and try to hand fight and expect results.
From the 49-yard line, it's first down.
And he can still complete it. Damn, sucker.
The defense provided good pressure on the play, but they just weren't able to get to the quarterback that time.
You get 6 yards, and that makes picking up a first down very reasonable.
They're about 4 yards away here.
There's no, like, man-align version. Come on. They're hanging on to it. NFL wide receiver. And we missed the pick. Damn, I knocked my pin off. Damn it. I gotta move and get that off the floor.
Second down, 10 to go. Ball on the 33. Oregon State, 7 points.
That blitz is not very good.
Across the middle. And he's tackled at the 24. Fires quick out to the receiver and can't make the grab.
Lawrence was not in that zone, but he was supposed to be in a zone.
So it's 4th down, and the offense is still on the field. You don't need 3 guesses to figure out what they're going to run right here on 4th and short. They're going to pitch it, and they got to
Let's go. It's our ball. It's our ball.
for this defense.
In a close game like this one, it's big plays like this that can be the deciding factor.
Momentum swings have been fairly even. And with so little separation, this game can be drastically changed on just 1 or 2 plays.
Trying to throw it to RB. I know he's wide open. You're probably shouting at me.
Reacting to that sack. Not only did they get the quarterback, but they hit him and hit him hard. I think that
But he had like ghost letters. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he had the ghost letters, which means he's not really ready for the ball. And then I'm trying to throw it, and I'm already getting sacked by the time I'm actually trying to throw it to anticipate his ghost letters. If I remember, ghost letters means he's not ready for it.
gun shy and concerned about the pressure that these defenses putting on him.
Okay, maybe he didn't.
There's a strike complete. That's a great tackle.
Okay, well, whatever.
At the end of the half, the Beavers lead.
What a tight football game, huh?
All right, Reese and David, thanks, guys. Second half action just about ready to start.
So, we lose the first half. Let's go to quick game. Not because we're losing, but because we want to turn the auto pass on or whatever. We want to play like that. What have we learned? There's things we've learned here, so let's apply what we've learned. Custom playbooks, offense. Excuse me. Plays. Plays that we want. Plays that we're happy with. A lot of pass plays we just want the computer to do it. We're happy with several aspects. I think there were certain plays we saw that even as a human we really didn't like the way they were breaking down. We're happy with several of these things. This was wide open. I don't have a lot of faith in this. I don't have a lot of faith in this, but I'm willing to try it. This looked really bad. The counter is like good enough. The misdirection of the run to me seems good enough. And you're not really pulling a guy. At least in terms of this one. This seemed better. For whatever reason, maybe it's just a coincidence. Yeah, I think a lot of that is good. We were at Big Twins, and I think we added some plays. And yeah, we even went over to Bunch, didn't we? Yeah, we went over to Bunch. Okay, don't really like mirrored routes. Another variation of stick. Not a big fan. Spacing switch and spacing were fine. Seattle is fine. Quick pitch, get out of here. That could be a good play or a trash play. We need to see if the end around is any good out of this stuff. This is the end around with the lead block, so we've got to see if it's any good. And regardless, we definitely want to have the play in the playbook that fakes it, right? So let's go save it. Let's go play now. Exhibition. No, we're going to continue our rematch at home. We're going to use that player lock feature. That's what I forgot. See, Madden doesn't have that player lock feature. This game does. So, going to get started. We're going to use the player lock feature to not control the quarterback. And we're going to continue testing our plays. Just against various looks. Skip past the presentation as much as possible. And we get to start with offense. Very nice. Right up the middle, right up the middle, right up the middle. Go. All right, we're nice and even. By formation, classic big play. Play action, deep in. We're going to flip it because our core run goes to the left, so we're going to fake it like the left. Instead of faking it like the left, we're actually going to hand it off and tell them to have an aggressive attack. Don't touch the stick. Let Jay Ajayi do it. And so now that's going to sell the run because we actually are willing to call that. Or sell the run and sell the pass. Ace, tight end, drag. No, we definitely want to play action here. And we want to play action, the stretch play, attacking the field. And no sense in faking it when you can literally just hand it off against a too high look. Don't touch the stick. Let Ajayi just move the chains and just establish a run game to make the play action work better. There's the counter waggle double post. Okay, double post. Going away. Just kill. If you're just going to let me chunk it at you, then we're fine with that. Now they're really pinching hard, trying to take away this run game. Now is when the play action should be big time. Just take the handoff and user run it, and oops, it's actually a play action pass. And it says we got a 9-yard reception there, so what happened? He does this little off-balance throw, but the design works, bro. The design works.
It's the protection up front that allowed this play to happen. The line controlled the rush, and it gave the quarterback an opportunity to deliver a very nice throw.
And I think it was the quick throw by the quarterback that fouled up the defense on that one. From the 48-yard line, first down.
And they make the stop. That's fine. Trying to establish, hey, we can stop these plays. And I say that's good for you. Play action weak flood.
From the 47-yard line, second down.
Yeah, now they want to stack it again.
Throws intercept. No.
32 being a menace out there. And when he's ready to throw, it should be a dropped interception. That's what I'm afraid of. The computer doesn't know how to operate the play. Doesn't even finish pulling off the fake and giving time for the guys to go down the field. But that's why we test this stuff.
Smart, heady play by that defender. That was solid fundamental pass.
Right hash mark. We don't want him drifting when he throws. Tight end cross flip.
Third down now. They need to get it down to the 38. They got him, and it's intercepted.
Yeah, I figure that's either going to be a pick or a big time throw. Drops back, hits the back foot, looking, and yeah, it's a little wobbly because he's getting hit. It's a rough one, especially when they run into each other. Like, that's a reason to cut that play, the fact that they can't even run their routes properly. You can talk about a route running as a skill, but it literally takes, I mean, that's what also stops them from getting where they need to be. Right? He should be like here-ish. Right? Here-ish or more or less. And he isn't. And it's a mess. And it's part of football. Simulation. Skip ahead. Change of possession. They march down and they don't get anything. And we say this play.
Separation.
Just get it out of the end zone. Get it.
It's second down. They've got their backs against the wall.
Get it. Move the chains. Keep the drive alive.
Game there on the play by the running back, and that's enough for the first.
Good play here. Getting a new set of downs and keeping the run an integral part of this game.
We've got it 1st and 10. Ball on the 14-yard line. Nice play fake.
Trying to run by himself. Picks up 2 on the ground. Fine, sure, whatever.
Down at about the 20.
Wait, that wasn't intercepted? It went through his hands? What kind of dipshittery is this? Okay. We know what plays we're cutting already. Good Lord. Oh my God. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's too late. Come on. I forgot to take the player lock off, so I started running.
Hurry, and they brought the quarterback down. Nice play.
Instead of taking 85 out of the play, we're going to help him. We wanted to cut off of 77, but we got caught, so we picked up like 3 yards. We were looking at bunch plays, just some of them.
And this play is number 8 on the drive.
And he doesn't make a throw.
Good job on passing situations. Get to the quarterback, and he did that job very, very well.
Sim the play, skip ahead, next possession, doopity doopty doop. They get a touchdown, whatever. It's our ball. Go back. Call slant.
Play from behind, but a deficit this manageable in front of their minds. They just need to go out there and play. And down he goes at the 28.
Left hash.
Second and 7. Ball on their own 28.
Hey, that was decent.
Tackle made at the 37.
Third time calling this play. And another would-be interception, so that's a dead play to me.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Ball on their own 37. And he carries the ball for a nice gain. Third and 5. Ball on the 42. Tries to scramble, but he's sacked.
Great. So great. It still tells me bad plays.
To the quarterback and end that play before he...
Still telling me what the bad plays are. And that's among them.
And we welcome you back to the action here. Just about set to start the second quarter. You think about the challenges these two teams are facing. On one side, you've got to find a way to keep building on your lead. And on the other side, you've got to find a way to get back in it. Throws it out right to the running back. And he's shoved out of bounds at the 30.
Well, I told you they'd like to throw to the running back. Even though our ass was wide open. But it's fine. This is the default set of plays. What are some right hash mark plays that we wanted? Yeah, it doesn't matter. We don't want to delay a game.
Feet away from that first down marker.
Okay. Solid.
The 46. Tight ends can really be a wild card in any offense. Sometimes the defense are a little bit confused on how to handle them.
He fights forward to about
Hey, we're fine with that.
from their own 49-yard line. Second down.
Blah.
He's tackled at the
4 has been a problem for us. I'm willing to bet this was just like, nah. 4 is a problem for us. Okay.
third down, and they need to get it inside the 44.
Bad positioning. Good read. We were open.
They're going to have to bring on the punt team.
Great hope.
And they get in the end zone. Yay.
It's still only the second quarter. We've got a lot of football left, but I've got to say, this one is teetering on the brink of a blowout. He's taken down.
Dog shit run. Can't hang on the blocks at all. Which again is fine.
From their own 40-yard line, it's second down. Good outside run there.
Oh, come on. Stop jerking around, Ajayi. You had a chance. God, you're 77. Fucking, what are you bouncing outside for, Ajayi? That's my fault for putting him in a zone run situation. That is my fault for putting his 77 ball carrier vision in a zone run situation.
It's fourth down, and they're going to try to go for it. This is a very questionable play call here. I'm not sure I agree with it.
You need to have it and you run. Are you fucking kidding me? You need to have it and you run. No, there's more plays I want to test. I was thinking about cutting plays from the playbook. Skim ahead. Gonna give up more points? We gave up more points. Another touchdown. Great. We can't play football. We can't play football. We suck. Pretty sure this is a trash play.
Well, this offense is going to have to do a better job on this drive. Remember the last time they went for it on fourth down and came up short. Now they get the football back. Let's see how they can do it.
Fires quick out to the receiver, and he can't make the.
Yeah, he got popped. I'm going to keep testing the different plays. That's the point of this.
Second down, 10 to go. Ball on the 19. He scrambled.
He's scrambling.
He scrambled, but he didn't get much.
Brad, this defense reacts too quickly for a scramble like that to work. He needs to spread them out a little bit more to try to create more room to run.
He goes downtown. And he was that close to turning that into a big play.
Okay.
It's first down and 10 now after picking up some great yardage through the air. Fires it again to his tight end. He's pushed out of bounds around the 34-yard line. Second down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the first down. Brought down after a nice run up the middle.
There's not much to say right now. Just get this drive going.
Second down and 7 coming up here. Ball on the 23. Throws out and through his hands.
Ugh.
And this is the 8th play of the drive.
Just standing there. Cool. Alright, I think I've seen enough. Come on, let me go to quit game. I've seen enough from the ace set to make more cuts. Let's do it to it. He was just like running and we don't care, and that was fine. He's never got to see that play. They were running into each other. That one didn't work out very well. That one wasn't working out very well. Yeah, I think that's enough for right now. We've done a lot. We've looked at a lot. We've talked about a lot. And the stream says that we've been on for just over 3 hours. It's getting close to 11 o'clock. I got to get offline. I've had some fun. We've got a lot more formations, a lot more plays. I really like the running attack. Not a big fan of the passing attack out of here. But we've got our plan moving forward as we inch closer to playing Dynasty mode. Folks, thank you so much for being here. I'm getting ready to shut this down. I hope you have a great night, great afternoon, great morning, whatever it is, whenever it is you are watching it. I appreciate each and every one of you being here. See you next time.